have quackery in all sector, we should not play at all with the health sector. Now, the consequences, you know too well that one of the consequences that you will see is that one, health sector, quackery in health sector can bring down the GDP of a nation. And also, quackery in the sector can kill the whole nation. Because if one person is affected, the other person will be also affected. And by so doing, what do you see? It will affect both the economy, it will affect almost all the sectors, because health is wealth. And by the time you don't have that health to do what you want to do in life, I don't know whether you can achieve a dream or you can achieve any goal. So health sector is very critical, that it kind of interrelated to with all other sectors. Without you being healthy, you cannot get what you want. And by so doing, the consequences, as I said, economically, is affected. Economically, it affects the social life, it affects even the physical life, it affects even the family life, it affects all sectors. So if I want to start listing up, it will take a whole day. So the consequences are so, but let me just base my fact on the fact that on the area that it has to do with human life. If a quack is handling you, and you know too well that a professional handling you will be able to do the assessment, go into diagnosis. From the diagnosis, he will be able to come up with a plan on how to get you treated. And by so doing, even after that treatment, it will still monitor that the intervention that he has given to you. And that arrives by evaluation. But if a quack is handling you, do you really think that it will go into all these things? It will not, because it has no knowledge on it. That is why divination of a quack means, he said, health, fraudulent, or fraudsters. That is in a simple term. It's the same thing. So it's something that even though we want to take it to EFCC, the EFCC in fact have to be interested, because it has to do with the fraudulent act, and it has to do with life. So it's something that almost all the sectors should be involved. So the consequences are too much, because the person can give you a wrong dosage of drugs, the person can give you a wrong diagnosis, the person can give you, everything can be so wrong, because he has no knowledge of human being. You as a maybe to narrate this. This is your head, and this is you, and you are having problem with the head. And because you are having problem with the head, but you start having pains in your legs. How? Because it's interconnected. The brain controls a lot of things. Now, by the time you are having pains in the leg, it could be a referred pain. But do you know what a quack will do? A quack will take care in terms of focusing on the pains on the leg, and ensure that it gives you all the analgesics that you will take. And at the end of the day, it does not solve any problem. Okay. So this is a typical consequences that we have in the health sector.
Thank you for that. Now, there is this particular saying in every sector of our life, every phase of our life, that I want to take an instance of war. When there is a war, some people are gaining, some people are losing. Now, in this particular case now, I want to believe that definitely there are some people that are foiling this particular quackery at their own benefit, because they are gaining from it. Who are those foiling this thing? Who are those engaged in this? Some people must be definitely be somewhere that encourages people. They are like a, I don't want to say that they are like a trap. They are like a trap. They are somewhere. They are looking for innocent people that don't know anything, and they just spoiling it and gaining from it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Adam. You know, we have come to a stage in life where people do not have sympathy for human life. Everybody wants to make gain in detriment of the other person's happiness or the other person's health. You know, it is so pathetic that we have found ourselves in this level, at this level. Because if I should look at you and I know that I do not have the knowledge on how to get you treated on a particular health condition, and I know too well that you are a human being created by God, wonderfully made, I should be able to refer you to where you can meet an expert. But because I want to make some money in detriment of your health, I don't want to know whether you're going to die at the end of the day, or your family is going to lose you, or whether your family or the village, a community or a state or a nation will fill that gap. So we have gone to reach this level, and it's so pathetic. And I cannot point out people that are fueling this, because the origin did not start today. It's something that if you go with many articles, you will discover that maybe 1880s, 1870s, and you will see a lot of stories about quackery. But the true story is that quackery is a fraudulent act, and it's not something that anybody, any organization, or group of people should tolerate it. That is why nursing ambassadors of Nigeria, we are not just focusing in the entire quackery in the entire health system. We are interested in the quackery in nursing profession. In the quackery in nursing profession is that many people now believe that nursing profession is the commonest profession that anybody can just train anybody to come and handle. And I want to tell you categorically, and let the public know too well, that nursing profession is a noble profession. And this is a profession that has a scope. And this is a profession that has its responsibility. And this is a profession that is autonomous. And in Nigeria, is regulated by Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. So, if any hospital want to go by training people and call them auxiliary nurses, when we don't have it, go through our Nursing Act. You will never see anything like auxiliary nurse. So this is a kind of impersonation, and you know what? So we are more particular about it, and people. Quackery, and they are ready to clamp down on these factories, because we see them as factories. You will go to some of these hospitals and you will discover that they are even charging more than what the nursing schools are charging. And some of them are just after this charge, they only spend 2 years, or some of them spend 1 year, and at the end of the day, they will now tear one paper and give to them and say you are now a nurse. It doesn't. It is not done anywhere. So it's a sad story that we should be crying while I'm talking.
I'm sorry, I have to cut you short now because I can see you still have a lot of things to tell us about that. Now, I want to read an excerpt before I ask you the next question so that you have an idea of exactly what that question is all about. Now, it was written also in the cable newspaper. It was published December 24, 2020. It read us, quote, this is the testimony of a lady that the cable newspaper investigator asked her questions. She said this, and I quote, I registered as an auxiliary nursing student here because of money issues. When I would have started school. My father did not plan for it, and I was tired of staying in the house. End of the quote. Now, my question is, should money be a factor to become a quack? I think I should repeat my question again. My question is, should money be a factor to become a quack?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. You know, in this part of the world, we give name to we claim to give name to different things that we believe it exists. I want to tell you and tell the public that money can never be a factor for people to go into auxiliary training. Now, because you will go through the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and also go through Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria Act, you will never find anything called auxiliary nurse. Now, if I respond to your questions as if the people are training auxiliary nurses, it means that I have accepted that these things is recognized by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. So a quack is a quack. An auxiliary person is an auxiliary person, and that person is a quack. A person that is not a nurse is never, and it can never be a nurse. You can never be a nurse because a nurse is different from a nursing mother. A nursing mother, you're feeding your child with breastfeeding. You're doing with your breast, with the breast milk. But a nurse is the one that provides the nursing care to those that are sick, whether patients or clients, professionally. And you have undergo a training and passed the exams set by the Nursing and Midwifery Council, and you have been licensed to practice as a nurse. Why don't you have an auxiliary doctor? Have you ever heard it before? Why have you ever heard auxiliary pharmacist? Have you ever heard auxiliary medical lab scientist? Have you ever heard an auxiliary politician? We have never. Have you ever heard auxiliary governor or auxiliary president? We are giving names to things that we should not be giving names to. That is why I have to say again that money is never a factor, because if you go to some of these places that are training, some of these factories that are training these people, notice that the money they are even talking about, by the time they go there, they will even pay more than what they should have paid while in school of nursing. We have gone far during that investigation. Even the kind of report that person gave, we were there while the person gave that report. We tried to let him or the person know that what he is saying is wrong. That the money you are spending here can take care of your money in first semester or second semester or the rest in school of nursing. And you don't expect like a big amount of money. People think that school of nursing is so exorbitant. Yes, it's so exorbitant. That's most of the things.
Thank you.
So that is why money cannot be a factor. I have a place that I know that a year they charge them over 90-something thousand. We have seen a place that we know that even in a semester, according to them, they charge them more than 100-and-something thousand. So it's never, and people are still paying. Like one school that I'm just telling you, one school that thing has just been shut down. That school took time to train these students for over 3 years, and they have collected these students exorbitant amount of money. And after 3 years, they try to maneuver these students to go and clinic. And are those people going there? That is where those people went there to know that they are not nurses. Come on, this is inhuman. This is sympathetic. This is a fraudulent act.
Please,
It's a criminal offense.
Yeah. Please, I have to cut you short here because there is this particular question that I want you to answer based on what you have narrated now. Because to me, we have read so many articles, so many information on social media about the activities of some of the organizations in different states, in Lagos State, Oyo State, Ogun State, about their organizations clamping down on all this illegal training. And with what you have said now, I want to ask this particular question. Is the government of Nigeria an accomplice, or they are afraid to deal with this thing once and for all? Because we keep talking about it, even after the clampdown, and they pay they settle their fine or something like that, they still come back, and it will re-emerge again. It seems the government is afraid of some people that are very powerful more than government, or their government is an accomplice.
Okay. Thank you so much for that question. It's a very beautiful question, and I want to really let the public and our good citizens to know that one thing about a nation, or one thing about a state, or one thing about government is that when there is will, when there is that willpower, or that political will, you can do everything that you want to do. You know, when you don't have that political will, because I want to recontest for a particular position, and there are people that I know that if I clamp down on them, I will not be able to assume that position. So I have to pipe low. But I must tell you that if the government of Nigeria want to go into this, I am telling you that it will not even take up to a month. We will have a fruitful result. And that is why I must applaud the government of Akwa Ibom State. Because after this report was sent to them, the Commissioner of Health promised us, and he said that he's going to go into this deeply and brought those people to book. And he did not just say that and kept quiet. As I'm talking to you right now, the Commissioner of Health, Akwa Ibom State, has set up a committee and ensure that every private hospital in Akwa Ibom State should go back for renewal of their license. And before you come back and do a renewal of your license to practice, you must be able to present and submit the necessary documents, including the nurses who are going to be professional before they accept this. But let me use this opportunity to also tell the public and tell the government